Hi, how are you? Have you been? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Habari zenyu, saseni. Welcome to Miri Kenya Reviews. It's been a while, like a week or so. And as I said, I'm trying to balance it out, being consistent on my YouTube and also on my socials. But yes, here we are. If you're new here, this is Miri Kenya Reviews, where we talk about movies, TV shows, books, animes, mangas, comics. We are gently just getting into it. And I thought to myself, there's this thing that I usually do on my socials where I do a watch list every month and also probably mostly every week. And since November, we are in November, we are actually on November the 3rd. That's when I'm filming this. And I was like, why don't I just give a watch list on my YouTube on what we should expect in November? What do you have in mind for November? November is a bit stacked here and there in a way, but yeah, if there's things that I've missed, please feel free to share it on my comment section. So, first on our list is Juror number 2. And this one piqued my interest simply because it stars Nicholas Hoult. And according to the scores that it has been given by critics, although we said we don't trust critics these days 100%, the critics are like really liking it. And I think it's a movie that is supposed to be out or was out like a day ago. I think it came out on 1st November, but it's in select theaters because I am way over the other side of the world and it's not anywhere that I have seen. So Juror number 2, I think this is a movie that we will wait for it to come out on digital or stream. So yeah, the next movie is Elevation. Elevation is a movie that piqued my interest because of who was starring in it, and that is Anthony Mackie. And for me, I like Anthony Mackie. I liked him as Falcon. I don't really support the move of him becoming Captain America because we know that it's not in good faith. We know it's all about politics these days with Hollywood. And what it just shows you is that you're trying to tell us that Falcon is not like a really good character. So you have to bump him up to another awesome character, like Captain America. And for me, it's either you recast or just bring back the other guy, Chris Evans. So I don't know. I don't think it was done in good faith, and that's why it doesn't sit well with a lot of people. But I really like Anthony Mackie. And I also like this other guy, the other people on the cast of Elevation, who one of them being Morena Baccarin and Tony Goldwyn from Scandal. So it's a movie that is slated to come out on the 8th of this month, so a couple of days to come. And yeah, it's a movie that I'll be looking forward to see if it's going to release from where I am. If not, we're just going to wait for it on digital or on streaming. The other movie that people are waiting for is this movie called Red One. Red One, people are not even waiting for it because there's like a lot of hype around it. People are just waiting for it so that they can clown it, because right now The Rock is not like he's not like really liked these days. He's sort of a persona non grata kind of person because people have kind of seen his true colors and people don't really like what they've seen, and I don't blame them. And Red One is slated to be one of the most expensive films that was done, I would say done, and is coming out this year simply because of the controversy and the drama behind the scenes, and they were mostly caused by The Rock. And it was said that he used to come in 7 hours, 8 hours late for shoots. If you delay certain things, definitely the money accumulates. And it's even said allegedly that they even had a confrontation with Chris Evans because of the same thing. So I don't know if he sees himself as too much star power to a point where he feels like he doesn't need to be told anything. So I don't know. So Red One, it also has a lot of other people. As I've said, it has Chris Evans, it has Lucy Liu, and it has J.K. Simmons. I love J.K. Simmons. I've loved him since Spider-Man. I know he's done other things. I especially like him these days as the voice of Omni-Man on Invincible, and also love him as Tenzin in Legend of Korra. So I'm looking forward to Red One. I don't know. It's a film that comes out in theaters on the 10th of this month. So it's a movie that we'll go watch and see if it's worth it. I know it kind of tells its story around the aspects of Christmas. I think they are going to save Santa, and it's not the conventional Santa that we are used to. So yeah, Red One comes out on 10th of November. If you're looking to go watch it, 10th November is a day to look at. Yes. The other movie that I thought it was unnecessary to make was Gladiator 2. I remember I even did a trailer reaction here. And I remember when the first trailer came out, it made me want to watch the first Gladiator movie, because when the first Gladiator movie came out, I was young. I was not even more than 8 or 7 years old. So I had to go back and just watch it again. And I didn't think it was necessary for us to have another one. As I said, these sequels, prequels, remakes are just exhausting. I know Hollywood is all about having those safe bets kind of situations, but we want to see new things. So Gladiator 2 comes out on November the 22nd. Critics, as I said, we really don't listen to critics. Me, personally, after the time they hyped and praised the Flash movie and it became total ass, I actually just wait for normal people to just watch it. As I said, movies are made for audience. They're targeted to them because we're the ones who chuck our money to go and watch these things. So the critics are saying the movie is good, but we wait and see it for ourselves. It stars Pedro Pascal, who I feel is in everything these days. It's annoying to some extent, but hey, it's his time to shine, I guess. And you can't get into someone's way who's shining at the moment. It actually has two actors who are slated to be on the Fantastic Four movies, Joseph Quinn as well. It stars Denzel Washington, and I remember when I was doing the trailer reaction, I kept on saying he's just bringing his sort of New York accent into this, and we're in like ancient Rome. I want to feel a certain dialect with the dialogue. So yeah, that's where I was like very, very hesitant about it. Alafu, the sets just looked like sets, just look CG mostly. So those were my main concerns. But we're going to go watch it, and we're going to come and talk about it, obviously, right? The next movie that is coming out on the 22nd is the movie Wicked. For me, I know nothing about Wicked. I've never seen the play or anything. I don't even think it has ever been shown here. I don't know. I think the only play that I have watched, if you come from where I am, Kenya, are the set books that we used to read, The River Between, Kifo Kisimani. That's the only time I've actually seen a play, but I've also seen other plays, Kikuyu plays. But this is something that I actually do not know nothing about. I've seen clips here and there on TikTok on people who've done the stage play, and at the beginning people had like really great reception to it, especially when the first trailers dropped. And there's been a bit of controversy if you've been following what has been happening. And Cynthia Erivo kind of erupted over a fan editing the poster, that one of the posters that they had out, and she actually just blew things out of proportion, saying that she was being she was being erased. And I was like, how are you being erased? People are actually just excited to see what they have come to love, and they just wanted to familiarize themselves with it. There's this thing, as a talent, I would say sometimes when you're in these movies, when you're in these TV shows, however much painful or uncomfortable it may seem, you're a product, and at times people don't see you as a person, although this was just blown out of proportion. There's a way you're supposed to react to customers, your audience rather. I feel like she just took it too far. I feel like Ariana Grande handled the situation better than Cynthia Erivo. And Ariana Grande also has her own dramas over here with the new boyfriend called Ethan Slater, because this is where like everything happened that caused the divorce and everything. So I don't know. I'm hoping this movie is good because these two actors, actually everyone on this cast, especially when you look at Jonathan Bailey. Jonathan Bailey has really been doing his thing. You know, he's also going to be in like the Jurassic movie that is coming out on 2025. I don't like those movies. I feel like they are overdone. But he's going to be like taking over from Akina Chris Pratt, him and Scarlett Johansson. So he's actually been doing really good. I think Bridgerton was like a really good launching pad for him, and he's been taking all these opportunities really, really well and gracefully. So it's actually casted really well. Jeff Goldblum, I think I'm saying his word wrong. Michelle Yeoh, Jonathan Bailey, Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo. These are actually people who are really, really talented, and I don't know. I knew nothing about it. I personally, for me, I will still watch it because I'm interested to see what Wicked has in store for us. I know I've seen people talk about how the stage play was like really, really great, how they've watched it over and over again. I've also heard that Ariana Grande has always wanted to do this thing, this movie, or rather the stage play ever since she was 10. So I feel like this is like a really big moment for her. So for me, I want to see it because as I would not sit here and say that the trailers didn't look good. They looked really, really good. I've also been seeing the behind the scenes things that they've been putting out. So it's a movie for me I'm looking forward to, even if Cynthia Erivo was nasty to people. I will still watch it because it has other people. It's not only about her, it has other people. So yeah, another movie that is coming out on the same day is this movie called Flow. And there's this thing that I've been saying on my socials is 2024 feels like it was a year for animation. Look at animation such as Inside Out, Transformer One, Wild Robot. These are actually animation movies that have done really, really well. Even these other animations, they might not have made like a big splash, but they also did okay. The Garfield movie, I feel like was okay also. I'm forgetting the other one, but I think I'll just put it over here. So 2024 generally has been a good year for animation movies. So Flow is another movie that comes out on the 22nd of 22nd of this month, and it's not done by like a major studio. I feel like it's even I think it's done by a studio outside Hollywood. So we're going to check it out and see what it has in store for us. For me, anytime you tell me animation, anime, cartoons, I'm there. I am there. Spellbound is another movie that comes out still on the same day. 22nd is going to be like a day of just launching stuff. Spellbound is an animation movie also, but it's a straight to streaming movie that comes out on Netflix. I know nothing about it. We'll wait for it, we'll watch it and come and talk about it. Moana is another movie that is coming out this month, and for me, I thought Moana would come out in 2025. So it was a surprise to me finding out that it was actually coming out this year. I think the live action is what is going to come out next year. A live action nobody asked about. Even it's not even given its animation movies space to breathe. You know, at times you understand probably people want live actions so that they can introduce themselves to new audience, but there's really no new audience here. It's not like Akina, Cinderella, Snow White, and all this. These things are so recent. There's no new audience there that needs a live action. So for me, the live action is totally pointless. And for me, I usually feel like it's a personal project for The Rock. And that's why these days I don't just like this guy. He's the one who spoiled this DC thing when he took on the role he took, Black Adam. He wanted it to be done his way. So he's not really, I think he's just full of himself. And if I'm not wrong, this Moana live action is more of a personal project for him. But anyway, we'll see. But I don't think it will do as good as the animation. As I've said, this movie, even the first one, is not even, I don't even think it's more than 7 years old. So I don't know. It comes out on the 27th, the animation. comes out. Moana 2 comes out on 27th of November. The other movie that caught my eye, and it caught my eye specifically because of the person who was starring in it and also the trailer. I really liked the trailer. Is a movie called Queer that stars Daniel Craig. You know Daniel Craig, the macho 007. So he stars in this queer film, and I think it's about his character just trying to understand his sexuality and the emotions that come with it. I feel like it's a bit dated. Oh yeah, it's set in the 1950s. You know, even right now, people are not as open, probably just in the West. So you would expect that this would not be so easy for him, his character, and other people involved. And for me, I remember when I watched the film, or not the film, the trailer, it kept reminding me of this film called Call Me By Your Name, starring Timothy Chalamet. I didn't even watch it, but I think I'll take time and watch it one day. But it just reminded me of that. Anyway, I really liked how the trailer was done. I loved this. I don't know, it was just perfect. It was just packaged really well. It made you want to see the film. Personally, as I said, it's not a film that I would actively go looking for, but I think the trailer sold it for me. Yeah, so yeah, those are the films that are coming out on November. Special mention, I would say, was Yellowstone. Yellowstone is coming back for its final arc. Yeah, so Yellowstone, the final part is coming out this month on the 17th, if I'm not wrong. So we'll look for it. We'll wait for it. We'll wait for the episodes to drop and do a review on it. This is a show that I would have not wanted it to end because it was a really good show, and it's ending like really bad in bad blood because even Kevin Costner is not going to be on the final part because of the controversies that have surrounded this film. Oh, the controversies are just a lot. They are a lot. I think there was an issue with his contract. They didn't want to. He wanted solid dates on filming, but they weren't giving him those solid dates, so he didn't renew his contract. So it was just a lot of controversy. Even I think with the place they usually film in, as in there was a lot going on. So yeah, Yellowstone is coming to an end this month. And another special mention is Arcane. Arcane is coming out this month. It's coming out this month in two parts. I think the first one will be on November the 9th, and the other date I'm not so sure of. I'm going to update it on the video over here. So yeah, November is a bit stacked and I like it. I love it. Yeah, we're still continuing with the Penguin, the Lioness. Also another special mention. It started showing, I think, at the tail end of October. It's supposed to be on the third episode as I am filming it right now. So the Lioness is back. We're still catching up with the Penguin. So yeah, November is a good month, and I know other things have also come out during this time. So yeah, I wanted to start that tradition here to continue actually, and also start doing weekly watch lists for us also. And yes, there's this other thing that I want to talk about. Although I'm going to do like a separate short video on it, I am beginning to read fantasy again. As I said, when we talk about Americana reviews, I promised my audience I'm going to give them reviews on movies, TV shows, books, mangas, comics, and all those things. I used to write a while ago. I used to have a blog actually. I used to write fantasy on the side, and I wanted to. There's a project that I'm working on, and I wanted to continue writing on it, but I found myself stuck because of all these distractions, the phones, the machines, the TV. As in, I feel like there's a lot that is going on in the world right now, like a lot. So I found myself stuck, and I knew the best way to just ground myself is to just pick up a book. And I wanted to do more fantasy books, and there was a time I was obsessed with fantasy books, and then I stopped, and then I took on self-help books. I actually have a shelf of books over here, which is it's a bit mixed with fantasy books and also self-help books. So I'm getting back into it, and I wanted to slowly ease myself into it. And the book is called The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. And yeah, it's a good read. So far I'm on page I think 80 something. Yeah, 78. So yeah, it's a book that I pick up when I don't want to be on my phone, when I'm going to bed, because at times I want to go to bed and then I pick up my phone and then end up sleeping at 2:30 a.m. and that's not good for you. And yeah, it just messes up the next day. So I've found that reading before bed is so helpful, because I get to even sleep faster and my mind is more at ease than it is when I'm on my phone, So yeah, I'm going to do a separate video on it though. So yeah, we have a watch list and we have a read list. I believe this book is going to take me through this month, and the next book I want to read and I'm doing a lot of research on is African fantasy. So yeah, I'm easing myself into it, but I want to at least be reading a book every month. And yes, I know it's achievable. I know it's very, very possible. So yes, if you've come this far, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Subscribe, like, comment, tell me your thoughts on what you are looking forward to in November. Are our lists aligning? Are you going to take my recommendation list? So yes, up until then, have a great time. I hope November is good to you. I hope November is generally good to us. So yeah, up until then, bye bye.